is Kalu Kingsley Samuel. I'm commonly known as Kelsey Brooks, or Madam Brooks, or Godmother of the Trenches. I am a trans woman living in Nigeria and currently serve as the Executive and Creative Director of STAG Initiative. We are located in Anambra, Cross River State, as well as in Lagos State. As a trans person or as a trans woman living in Nigeria, there are a lot of challenges to my identity. There are challenges to my expression. I mean, even me walking at the streets raise questions. People look at you with questioning gaze. They're trying to figure you out, and you always have to walk looking at your back, not knowing who is going to beat you, who is going to hurt you, who is going to report you to the police for indecency. Now, with the matter of indecency, I have had situations where I'm just walking on the way and I'm accosted by a security agent, and then they take me to their holding cell, and then they interrogate me like I'm a criminal. And towards the end, when they figure out that nothing hold me, we hear this conversation or them trying to justify my illegal detainment, and they are like, oh, you were deceptive. Yeah, so when I talk about living in Nigeria as a trans person, I'm talking about living without dignity, living in fear, living sometimes in isolation because I don't know who I am meeting or the person's perception on me, on or how I express myself. So it also means living sometimes in Calabar or in Delta or in Aba. I don't have a location. I don't have one location. I have to move consistently. Makes me mobile. So living as a trans woman in Nigeria is filled with challenges, struggles, constant movement. You have to move. They don't have to know where you are at a particular time. They don't need to know what you're doing. And you need to be very, very safety and security conscious. There have been some very crazy myths and misconceptions I've heard, and the one that always kick me off my balances is when people say, as a trans person or as a trans woman, you must have completed transitioning. No, it's not until there have been a surgical process on you that you're trans. No, it comes with knowing who you are. It starts from accepting who you are. It starts with looking inward and being confident to say, this is me, this is my existence, this is how I live, this is how I roll. I think that is it. You do not have to undergo transition to be a trans person or to be a trans woman. You are who you are without all those things. And another misconception I do hear is that trans women are weak. It's very funny because surprisingly, I'm one of the strongest person I know. I don't know about you, but I'm one of the strongest person I know. I have faced some challenges that should make me scared of speaking up, of walking into public offices, or going to school, or chasing my careers. Like there have been challenges that could silence me, and I have, despite or perhaps because of these challenges, I have continued in my fight for trans advocacy, for trans rights. It's like it's challenging me. Like I have to do more. When the challenges are stronger, I'm like, I have to do more. I have to be weak. So when people say trans women are weak, I'm like, excuse you, what? I mean, we look at the whole binary gender system of Nigeria and we break it. It takes a lot of strength to do that. It takes a lot of strength to say to yourself, I am trans in a place like Nigeria, and come up and own it with your full chest. That is strength. And then this other conception that how do I call it? Trans people are MSMs. From the name MSM, MSM is MSM. A transgender person is a transgender person. I think it's the definition is in its name. MSM, transgender. Those are two different identities, two different wars, two different challenges, two different successes, achievements, two different problems, two different solutions. So if you're looking at MSM issues, you're looking at MSM issues. If you're looking at transgender issues, you're looking at transgender issues. MSMs or transgenders are not MSMs. Well, I don't know if I'm addicted to the to the safety issues or security issues, but that I wouldn't call it addiction. I'd rather call it motivation. It's like they want to do more. I want to do more because of the safety issues. Now, when people say transgender persons are weak, I have seen situations where people, because of how feminine I present, would want to harass me on the roadside. And in some of the cases, word for word, I have given my own fair share of the fights, and I might not have always won, but I have stood my ground. There was this one of the recent struggle I was in Cross River State late last year, and I was stopped by four guys. I couldn't fight all four guys, but when the other three were hitting me, I held one and I showed him the true power of a trans woman. I beat the hell out of him. I mean, he's going to tell the story later to his children, but it was for me, it was a moment of strength. It was a moment knowing that these guys are coming to prey on me because I look feminine. They're coming to prey on me because they perceive me as weak. But being able to hold one of them and teach that one a lesson of their life was for me like, yeah. And then when you talk about the cross the cross of MSM and TG, it it affects sometimes or it causes harm to transgender persons who do not identify as male. Now, when you say a transgender woman is an MSN, that means all the fights of the transgender woman to accept herself as a transgender woman, you just watered it down by calling her an MSN person. Now, just think about this. Now, okay, imagine me with all my full glory, and then I'm telling you I'm trans, and you're telling me I'm MS. I'm telling you I'm trans. I'm telling you I'm MSN. You've watered down my lived realities. You've watered down my lived experiences. You've watered down my challenges, the successes I've had, the progresses I've made. You've watered all of those down by just that one comment. TGs are MSNs. No, that's different world, different experiences. MSMs do not worry about which hormone to take, and even when they do, even when they do take MSMs do not have to worry the effects of body dysphoria or looking at yourself in the mirror and being scared of what you see. At some point in time, I was scared of looking into mirrors. I hated my reflection because I knew I was a diva, but whenever I stood by the mirror, I saw someone who was fighting to conform to the society construct of what a man should look like. If you're out there and you're listening to me, first of all, I want you to know that you're not alone. Every one of us have been there, and we found our way out of that place. You need to be able to look deep within yourself find you, the you can be proud of, you can be happy with, the you who will walk this challenging road with you, the you who you are proud to see in the mirror, and be friends with that person. And then find a family. Just imagine how alone you feel right now. Imagine how someone younger than you will feel alone, and think to yourself if you want them to experience this feeling. Yeah, I know the response. But before you are able to help them, you need to help yourself. You need to quiet the other voices in your head. You need to pick up your own voice, your own identity, the person you're proud of. Love that person with all your heart. Become that person. Become proud of that person. And then together with that person you become, you'll be able to make your community or where you are a little better for the next you there might be, or the next child, or the next teenager, or the next youth who might be going through what you are going through right now. I just hope you are okay, and I hope you figure this out. And thank you so much for having me, and thank you for taking my lived experiences and to change the narrative. We know it's a far battle, and we know we are getting there soon.